Getting jacked is the single greatest variable when it comes to your attraction with women. And it's one that you're also 100% in control of. You see, building muscle, it's not just about strength. It's the fastest way to raise your social value in every room that you walk into. And specifically when it comes to women, when you get jacked, what it does is you become that Prince Charming. You kind of fit that role of that ideal guy that they've always been looking for, the kind of guy that they dream about. And so it's like you kind of fill that mold much more compared to, if you're skinny and you're just scrawny. You don't really fit that build. When it comes to your attraction levels with women, a lot of us already know there's a lot of things that are out of our control. Our hair growth is out of our control. Our height, our face, our genetics, our race, a lot of things that really matter are out of our control. But there's one thing that's extremely high leverage. I'm not talking about getting a haircut. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about filling out your frame and building a physique that's worth the respect and attraction that it gets. It's such a high leverage move because not only are you bettering yourself, you're bettering your health, but you're also attracting more people now. You're attracting more women. I truly believe getting jacked is the single greatest variable that you can control, even more so than grooming, even more so than getting a haircut. Any single other variable, wearing proper clothes, yeah, those all help. But getting jacked is greater than all of them. Even getting surgery. Getting jacked even beats surgery. That's how much of an upgrade it is when it comes to your attraction levels with women. And it's definitely the biggest thing that's in your control. So what happens when you become the ideal guy? The version that, the women actually really, really want. The kind of version of a guy that women idealize, the one that they're really attracted to. What happens is it changes in the way that they treat you. You ever hang out with another guy and it's like, they're with their girl or they're just friends with the girl. And you can tell like the guy likes the girl, but then the girl, you can tell, is not really into that guy that much. Like she's kind of just there with him because like she doesn't have anything better to do. She doesn't really have a better option. When you get jacked, you're not going to be that guy. You're not going to be the guy who's kind of just friends or hanging out with the girl. You're going to be the guy who she actually desires. I've never been on that other end of the stick. I've never really been like just friends with girls. I hardly ever interact with girls unless like it's romantically, I'll be very honest. But I've been on this side of it where it's like, you're the guy that she kind of is looking at. You can tell she's like attracted to you. And I'm not saying I'm happy with it or it's a good feeling, but it's just like sad for that guy because it's like, dude, he's in control of how much that girl is attracted to him. He can change that. But instead of putting his attention on progressing his body, progressing his physique and bettering his life, he's putting his attention onto the girl. And because of that, the girl is less attracted to him and more attracted to somebody else. You see, when you focus on your physique, you get jacked, you focus on building yourself up, your fitness, your health, your goals. It shows a girl that you're disciplined, that you respect yourself, and then she respects you more because of that. She idolizes you more because of that. Women are attracted to strong, disciplined men who have their own ambitions and can show that they can achieve their goals. They're not attracted to guys just because the guy likes them. That's how we are. We like girls who like us, right? We really appreciate the attention that girls give to us. As long as she's beautiful, as long as she's, kind of cute, it's like we really like when a girl gives us attention. They're not like that. They don't like when we give them attention. They like when you stick to your goals, you stay focused, you stay disciplined. That's when they come to you because you're now representing exactly what they're looking for. The next thing it does, it kind of just changes the respect level that they kind of have for you. For example, I remember when I would go to the clubs with my friends, it almost felt like I was a bot. Like when I was skinny, I didn't have any muscle. I just looked like nothing, right? It was like I was a bot. Like I wasn't even a character in the game of life. Like I was just like a minion. Like I was inconsequential. Like they wouldn't take me seriously. They wouldn't even like really look at me. It's actually funny. Let me tell you an example from school. So from school, when you're kind of hanging out in those circles, and it's like you have like a bunch of those girls, and then maybe some weak feminine guys who are like kind of like they mirror the behavior of the girls. So like if they're ignoring you, they'll like also ignore you. If they're like laughing, they'll like laugh with the girls. Anyway, so those kind of groups, right? I remember like sometimes I'd find myself in one of those groups because maybe one of my friends was there, or maybe I just happened to show up and I was like, okay, let me just stay here. And I remember there was times where I would genuinely say like something funny. It would be like an actual like 10 out of 10 joke. But because it was me, and because of who I was at the time, my social status, I was just like some timid, quiet brown kid. They didn't even process what I was saying. Like they're just like, oh, you said something? What? And then that's when they're like, oh, you said this. And then maybe if it was like really funny, they would like laugh. But usually like I would either just get ignored or I would just be like, or whatever I said would just get pushed off, right? Whereas now, like let's say I'm in a group setting or I'm in some kind of social circle, I can tell like people are waiting for me to say something. They're anticipating what I say, what I'm about to say. Like even if I'm just like what, like I'll just say like what, and then they'll start laughing. It's crazy how much, you know, the attention and the kind of respect that you get from them like changes a lot. And then also the feminine men will start laughing too because they're mirroring the girls. And so yeah, it's just crazy because like the girls are looking at you, they're mirroring you. For example, if I touch my face like this, they might go like this with their hair. I don't know. It's just like, it's crazy, right? It goes a lot deeper than a lot of people might realize. The kind of attraction that's on that like kind of primal level, on that deeper level. And that also kind of leads me to the next point, which is very important as well. It's like it kind of just gets you eyes on you in the first place. Like I said before, you know, before I was kind of a bot. Like if I showed up to the club or a bar or I walk into a store, whatever it was like I was a minion, like I was invisible, right? Whereas now if I walk into a store or if I walk into some kind of social setting, it's like, bro, everyone's looking at me. Obviously, maybe now I'm in Asia, I stand out a lot, but even if that wasn't the case, it still stands out a lot. Last year when I was in Canada, I would still stand out a lot when I walked into a place. People would be looking at me. I gotta say, like, even for those of you who are in committed relationships, who are like kind of really against this idea, I will say, like, I've never been in a very long-term committed relationship. I've been seeing, you know, there have been periods of time though when I have been seeing one person for a long period of time. And I can tell you that it even benefits those kind of situations. Let me tell you why. So when you're with a girl for a longer period of time, it kind of just ties into that respect point where it's like, when she knows that, you know, you have options, she knows that you're attracting many women, she just naturally is attracted to you more. That's just how they are. She respects you more. And on top of that, the way that you behave yourself when you know that you have options, when you know that you have the abundance, you're gonna act very differently yourself. You're gonna act in a manner that's going to be more attractive to her as well. On top of that, it's just gonna be more beneficial towards yourself when you know that, okay, obviously I like this girl, but you know, I'm not gonna take disrespect. I'm not going to go below a certain line just to keep her around. You might be thinking, I'm not that guy. Trust me, when I was first getting to date and hang out with women, the first couple times, they kind of test you, bro. You might be thinking, oh, you know, this kind of advice isn't for me. Bro, women will test you no matter what. That's just kind of like what they do. They're programmed to do that. And so, you know, if you don't have that abundance, if you don't have like the options that I'm talking about, what's going to happen is you're just not going to be able to withstand the kind of pressure. You're going to end up, you know, apologizing for things that just aren't your fault. You're going to end up over-explaining yourself. You're going to end up doing things that just are not good for your own self-respect, but also for the respect that she has towards you. She's going to see you doing these things. She's going to lose respect for you. And so trust me, these things matter a lot more than you might realize. Some people are naturally born with a lot of confidence. Maybe they have really good father figures or whatever the case may be. Maybe they grew up in a really good household. They have natural confidence. But, you know, for guys like me, you know, I don't have natural confidence. So for me, it's very much, it's a concentrated effort. I need to consistently build up my confidence, my social skills. And so having that abundance and, you know, going through the experience of what I'm just telling you right now really, really makes it so that, you know, women respect you on a much deeper level. I'm not saying, you know, be a player, go and cheat. But what I'm telling you from experience is that when you have options, she respects you more, you respect yourself more, the strength of relationships is higher, and in the end, everyone's gonna just be better for it. But anyways, guys, the bottom line is, if you wanna increase your attraction with women, whether it be one woman, whether it be many women, whether you want to find your life partner, you know, whether you want to find an abundance of women, whatever the case may be, whatever you're looking for, the bottom line of this video, I'm trying to tell you right now, getting jacked is the single greatest variable that you are in control of when it comes to attracting women. It's the single greatest variable you're in control of. It's also probably the thing that's going to be the highest leverage, not only when it comes to attracting women, but it's also going to be amazing for your health, amazing for your fitness, amazing for your body. And it's just a no-brainer. It's something that every guy can and should do, especially when you're young and you have so much potential and you have so many years to live for afterwards. It's like, dude, just take care of your health, lock in and upgrade your life for the rest of your life. It doesn't take that long. It's such a simple process and it's 100% the right thing to do. Anyone who tells you not to get jacked, they're just trying to hold you back, man. They're trying to keep you down with them. So if you want to upgrade your life, I'm telling you, getting jacked is the single greatest thing that you can do right now. But anyways, guys, with that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that message. If you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. I always enjoy reading some of the comments to these videos. But with that being said, like the video if you did, subscribe to stick around for more content just like this, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.